Tina, check this out. I just read an article on Time for Kids about 3D printed houses.
Wait, hold on. 3D printing, like when people make a little plastic model for the printer, but you're saying for entire house?
Yup, companies like Alquist 3D are using giant 3D printers to build homes by layering concrete instead of bricks or wood.
That's wild. But why they do that? That's wrong with the regular construction.
Traditional construction is super expensive and slow. 3D printing can make houses cheaper, faster, and more eco friendly. Plus, it uses fewer materials, which means less waste.
I'm still trying to picture this. So there's like Lego in the whole tire. You're living in a Lego house or huge printer that's built out the house all at once.
Not exactly. Imagine a big robotic arm that moves around, squeezing out concrete layer by layer to build up the walls. It's kind of like frosting a cake, except the frosting is cement and the cake is the house.
Hmm, that's a such cool way to describe it. But is it strong? I mean, would I feel safe inside the 3D printed house?
The concrete used is super strong and can withstand extreme weather better than wood. And since everything is precisely printed, there are fewer mistakes compared to traditional building.
Have they actually built real house this way? Like, are people living in them?
Yep, in December 2021, Alquist 3D built a 3D printed home for a family in Virginia through Habitat for Humanity. It was a big deal because it proved this wasn't just an experiment, it actually works.
That's amazing. I bet the family save a lot of money on a housing.
Exactly. Zachary Mannheimer, the founder of Alquist, said that 3D printed homes cost less than traditional ones. Since that house was built, they've been getting up to 50 requests per hour for
Ooh,
more
that's a lot.
homes.
50 requests per hour. That's insane. But wait, if so many people want them, why aren't we seeing any 3D printed house everywhere?
That's a really good question. Right now, only a few companies in the US are doing this. Mannheimer says we need at least 50 companies to really start making a difference in affordable housing.
So the problem is the technology. Is that well, we just don't have enough builders using it yet.
Exactly. And another issue is building codes. Not every city has rules that allow 3D printed houses. Some places don't even know how to approve them yet.
Ah, that makes sense. Laws move slower than technology sometimes.
For better or worse.
Mhm. Okay, that say, let's say more companies start building 3D printed house. Could this actually help fix the housing crisis?
That's the goal. Right now, houses are too expensive for many people. If 3D printing can make houses cheaper and faster to build, more families could afford a home.
That would be huge. I mean, imagine if a homeless shelter or emergency housing could be printed just a few days.
Exactly. In some parts of the world, people don't have safe homes because of poverty or natural disasters. 3D
Hmm.
printed houses could be a quick solution for disaster relief, too.
You know, when I was little, I my school, we don't have a building for it. So I study in how do I say, how truck they cover with container.
Oh, like a container, like a shipping container?
Yeah, shipping container. So we have like a few of the shipping container to use as a classroom. because
Oh,
we don't have enough money to build the building for students.
that's a very clever solution.
Yeah, so maybe there's another way to solve this kind of problem. School can build a 3D printer that's a lot easier and probably a lot cheaper.
That's true. Or maybe it could be a combination of the two, where you can use recycled
Yeah.
materials in conjunction with a 3D printed house.
Yeah, and that could change so many lives.
It really could.
You also mentioned that 3D printer is better for the environment. How does that work?
Well, traditional construction creates a lot of waste. Wood scraps, broken bricks, extra materials. But 3D printing only uses what's needed, so there's less waste.
That's really a win. But what about the materials? Concrete isn't exactly eco-friendly.
That's true, but scientists are working on sustainable versions of concrete with recycled materials or lower carbon footprints. Some companies are even experimenting with biodegradable building materials.
That's so cool. Imagine printing house out of material that don't harm the planet. So, do you think we will have a 3D printed house someday?
Maybe the more we improve the technology, the more common it will become. Ryan Smith, an architecture expert, believes that 3D printing will change the construction industry forever.
And if it makes home cheaper, faster, and better for the environment, why wouldn't we use it?
Exactly. I think in 10 or 20 years, it'll be normal to see 3D printed homes, maybe even entire neighborhoods built this way.
That would be so fantastic. Futuristic, sorry.
That's okay.
If we
Fantastic, too.
ever get the chance, would you live in the 3D printed?
If it's as strong and cool as they say, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Is it safe enough, even though they say it, but would it last like a regular house, like few, even in US, we always can have a house that's built for over 50 years. And because this kind 3D printed can last that long,
Who knows? I think that's a really good question because in
right?
Taiwan, you have things like earthquakes, but
I know.
maybe many places in the US don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, US, we don't have the earthquake that's often like Taiwan, as many as Taiwan. And also, Taiwan, the temperature, it's also damaged the house,
That's
right?
true. And the typhoons and
I
all those
know all
things.
those, oh, it's crazy. So, if this is the future construction, then I can't wait to see it happen, but I also have a doubt for it.
Me too.
Okay, so what's our vocabulary? Oh, let's go through our question of the week first.
Yes. So our question of the week was, if you could, would you live in a 3D printed house?
Okay, or why not, right? If you want to live in, or why you don't want to live in. So, what's our vocabulary?
We have 10 vocabulary words this week. The first word is print. 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 Print.
Print 列印的意思，就像我们现在说3D 列印。
The second word is brick. 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 Brick.
Brick 砖头，我们现在传统的房子都是使用 brick 来做建造的。
The third word is expensive. 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 Expensive.
Expensive 昂贵的，目前的建造价格都是属于昂贵的。
The fourth word is eco-friendly. 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 Eco-friendly.
Eco 是对于环境，所以它是环境友善的意思。Eco-friendly。
The fifth word is robotic. 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 robotic.
Robot 是像机器人，所以 robotic 这个的字也是做延伸，表示由机器制作而成的。
The sixth word is strong. Strong. S-T-R-O-N-G. Strong.
Strong 强壮的意思。我们这个房子够不够坚固，够不够强韧，都可以用这个单字哦。
The seventh word is extreme. Extreme. E-X-T-R-E-M-E. Extreme.
Extreme 极度的意思，在这里面我们常会用到，比方说极度的天气，忽冷忽热，极度的天气。
The eighth word is precise. Precise. P-R-E-C-I-S-E. Precise.
Precise 精准的，所以我们使用3D 列印的时候，它会使用精准的材料。
The ninth word is approve. Approve. A-P-P-R-O-V-E. Approve.
Approve 核准，所以我们做3D 列印的时候，它必须要有政府核准才可以使用这样子的。
The 10th and final word is crisis. Crisis. C-R-I-S-I-S. Crisis.
Crisis 是灾难，我们需要很多一些天然灾难或者是一些困境都可以用这个单字哦。And that's it for our episode. Once again, thanks for joining us.
See you next time. Goodbye.